years?
Well, I think my biggest success over the last 8 years is to be able to take Oklahoma through 2 economic downturns and bring them back out. You know, when I came into office in 2010, in the election cycle in November, we had a 6.2% unemployment rate. We literally had only $2.03 in our rainy day savings account, and we'd lost tens of thousands of jobs in Oklahoma because of the national recession. And we had close to a $500 million budget shortfall my first year in office. So we brought it out of that economic downturn. By 2013, we had, based on national rankings, about the 4th fastest growing per capita income in the nation, and we built the rainy day fund up to $530 million in 3 years, lowered the unemployment rate down to 3.9. But then in 2014, we went through our second economic downturn with the energy sector, which lasted a lot longer than normal, about 3 years. And of course, during that period of time, we had years when we had a $600 million shortfall, $1.1 billion shortfall, an $880 million shortfall, and finally this past year we've been able to bring our state once again, do a turnaround once again to bring it out of its economic downturn, and now we of course will have about a $500 million in savings by December, and our unemployment rate's at 3.4%, with Oklahoma City being clear down to 2.8%, and Tulsa I think is 3.1%. So to go through 2 major economic downturns, turn the state around twice, and to be able to have a great comeback like that is something we're very proud of. One of our biggest challenges we face, and it was one that was very hard for us, was how to get our state over decades long of using what's called one-time funds to balance the budget. And that's what made it so difficult during economic downturns, was that I had to call 2 special sessions, veto a budget a year before last to get the legislature to quit using what's called one-time funds and to have recurring revenue that would be in the budget. That was challenging. It took a lot of effort to finally get us on better fiscal sound footing for the state, and to be able to leave the state in a better financial position. But it's something I wish we could have accomplished sooner, easier, but it does take cooperation also from other folks involved. People want to know that when they leave the state, if you're a governor, that you've left it in a better position than what it was when you came in. And so we're very proud that we were able to take our state through 2 economic downturns and recover and put our state on better sound footing. It was not easy during that time period. I'm very proud that we were able to move our state from 49th in the nation on teacher pay to 29th in the nation on teacher pay, get the largest teacher pay increase we've ever had in state's history, be able to move our education budget for appropriations from $2.4 billion to $2.9 billion, which is a 19% increase. And of course we gave more money for even the staff of our schools, more money for textbooks, $33 million for textbooks in our state. Very proud of that. Criminal justice reform, that is an issue that I've worked on for a long, long time. We were able to pass 17 different pieces of legislation into law. We saw an article just recently talking about how the growth of our prison population with felonies has finally slowed down, and that's because of a lot of the changes that we're trying to implement, and frankly just changing the attitude of the state. And of course we had 2 state questions that also passed by a good margin related to criminal justice reform. I wish we could have done more. I wish we could have done it quicker. But once again, it takes a while to build that public support and to be able to convince the lawmakers to pass these bills and to get more money towards substance abuse, mental health counseling, and alternative forms of incarceration has been something. And of course, we're very proud of the different things we're able to do on our pension systems. We actually were able to cut our unfunded liability in our pension systems from $18 billion of unfunded liability down to just a little bit over $8 million. And now we have one of the best funded pension systems in the nation. For decades of all my service, a lot of our business community has talked about our workers' compensation premium insurance rates and how that was harmful to being able to recruit businesses in our state or even retain businesses. But we were able to transform our workers' compensation system for injured workers and companies to an administrative system and lower our workers' compensation loss cost rates by 64%, which is huge in our state. And of course, one of the other things that's very important is your infrastructure. in your state. And we laid out a big plan 8 years ago to transform our structurally deficient bridges in our state, and we've been able to fix 85% of our bridges in our state that were originally deficient when I took office. So very proud of those major issues: education, criminal justice, infrastructure, putting our state on better sound fiscal footing, and restructuring the budget. When I get out of office on January 14th, my husband and I are going to leave and go on a nice vacation and take some time off and rest. And then, of course, I want to spend time with my children. I now have a grandbaby and spend more time with him. I've been doing some babysitting when I can at night. And then, of course, I'd like to continue on some of the criminal justice reform efforts that I've been working on for years. I hope to be involved some way in continuing to work on a lot of the business recruitment projects that I've been working on for a long period of time. I'm very proud that we've been able to diversify our economy tremendously over the last 8 years. And then I'll probably do some consulting, maybe serve on some corporate boards of different companies. And spend more time with the family, of course, and friends.